birth and social security number for the record. No. Talk to me about the breath work this year. How was that?
Breath work. This time around, I feel like I learned more about myself and what I want out of life and kind of what path I'm going down on, rather than last year where it was more of like just processing trauma and emotions that I didn't have the time to process with just a lot of other stuff going on in my life at the time. This time around, like I said, I was way more clear-headed going into it, and just overall kind of just polished my view on what I want my life to look like.
So you're in an interesting position of having come to the retreat and then went through the microdosing and now back at retreat. How do you feel like all of that has unfolded in like changing your life that kind of started that first one?
It's hard to say because, like, at least for me, like I did the first retreat. I think I did microdosing even before the first retreat with you guys, and then came to the retreat, did microdosing again for another cohort, and I haven't like necessarily been like 100% involved with like the whole process in the microdosing like cohort and staying on top of like sharing my experience with everybody, but like I still lived the process. And honestly, like there's some days where like I'm kind of questioning like if it helps or not, but like with patience, with time as it comes, my intentions kind of just meld into, I guess, what I've been working towards. And then I'm able to look back and be like, oh, okay, it wasn't all just for nothing. And, it helps kind of reinforce the faith that I have in the medicine and just trusting a constantly unfolding process that is life.
Beautiful, man. Speaking of the medicine, how about the Ganji yoga this year?
Ganja yoga's been fantastic. I'm glad that I think we upped it, right? Like how many times have been, like the volume? Yeah, like that's honestly the best way to end my night. I wish I could be doing it more at home. Like I typically would end my nights after work and training with like Ganja meditations and stuff. I just, sitting with the medicine and processing like what I want to try and get out of like the next couple of days, day to day. But with this, like it's just a perfect way to end the night. Like, we're getting training in early in the morning and beating the heat. We're out in the sun, the rest of the day and just moving around and stuff. And then the Ganja yoga kind of just like reinforces the recovery aspect of the whole retreat and just understanding that like, the whole day we've been focusing on like our mental and spiritual health and like trying to stay level-headed with stuff and stay intentional with everything. And then the yoga at the end of the night is that physical aspect that just kind of ties it all together.
Any last thoughts or any other thoughts you want to share with people back home, Brandon?
This is the second time I've left the country, and the first time was for the first Flowstate, and I probably am not going to leave the country again until the third Flowstate. Maybe I'll go to Japan, who knows, but if you guys are questioning yourself, like, should I get out, should I travel, it's my first time leaving. If it's your first time leaving the country and going on vacation and you do jiu-jitsu, there's no other place like this because you're going to have to build your own itinerary and you're not going to have mats from 20 steps of where you're sleeping in the retreat to be able to go train.
The mats are nice.
They are good quality. Like, it's just the mat on top of concrete or stone, and like it does not hurt whatsoever. I mean, you could put in the clip of Campese slamming me today, and like I was perfectly fine afterwards. But it's honestly like there's nothing better than it. Like you got nice rooms to stay in, you got great food to eat with Sol and Santi cooking all the time, and there's nothing better than that. A good meal's hard to beat. And then just the pool, the cenote, the environment, the dogs running around, everybody, just everything ties this whole retreat into a special package that you're really not going to get anywhere else.
Thank you, man. I didn't realize that